Why are we back in Indiana again already?
Already. So, we are back in gloomy,
Indiana.
cold
It's
Indiana
not so
again.
gloomy this time, but it is still a little chilly and it's very windy outside.
So, as you guys know, we were just in Indiana not too long ago for the big news, the big reveal that we're going to be having soon. We were here for a little over a week with a lot of
meetings and a lot of places to go and people to see. And today's video, and we talked last week about the fact that our truck broke down on the way here from out west, and that, you know, life happens, the RV life, things happen.
So we got it fixed, and we drove from Indiana all the way back to Virginia, and we got to our campground, and I told Lisa, I said, we're there for 2 weeks.
We're going to camp. We're going to camp for 2 weeks.
We're going to camp, you know, the real time camping, like
put the rug out, pop the doors open, get situated just right in our site so we could put the patio down and hang out on the deck.
And take a week vacation of sorts. Not really vacation, but just really, really relax. And we had a couple friends there that we want to hang out with, and the grandbaby was going to come down for the weekend.
Exciting stuff, good times.
As everybody knows, RV life happens. But we're not going to tell you what happened yet.
And can we just say it's not always RV life? Like, just life in general happens. And people seem to kind of get hung up on, well, all these things happen when you're in an RV. But let's be real, things happen in real life too, even if you have a sticks and bricks.
Remember, our truck broke down. That's not RV. It broke down. It was down for almost 3 full weeks.
It was 2 days short of being 3 weeks exactly.
So...
But we made do without our truck.
Well, so we were in the campground, got everything undone, all unhooked. I'm not going to tell you what happened yet. We can't do that. No, we can't tell you. We can't.
You could tell us what has happened to you.
So, yeah.
Like life.
RV life happened, but
life or RV life, because it doesn't have to be one or the other. Sometimes it can be both at the same time.
So we're going to talk about the house life,
regular life.
So we were there, set all up, and we got a phone call from our daughter at our house and said the air conditioner isn't working in the house. I said, what do you mean it's not working? Well, it's 90 degrees outside, air conditioner isn't working. So we're going to make a long story short there. We cleaned the coils, got the coils all clean, hoping that was what it was, because the coils are pretty nasty. And our son
not what it was.
Is working for a HVAC, you know, the duct cleaning company, so he has some contacts with some HVAC people. To make a long story short, it's going to cost us $900 and wait for a piece and a part to get there. So everything seems to break. It's not just RVs. It's not just a truck. It's every single thing that we have. And
of course, if we had sold our sticks and bricks and hit the road,
have to worry about it.
We wouldn't have to worry about that. But that's a whole nother topic.
But they say things happen in threes, so I'm hoping.
Oh, this is 3 then.
This is the 3rd, and I hope it doesn't start all over again because I can't keep going.
This will be it. We're done.
So anyway, we drive from Indiana all the way back down to Virginia, set the campsite up, get it all nice and level, get the rug out, which I hate doing a rug because it's just a pain in the butt.
But okay, so on a serious note, he does hate the rug, and I don't really have an opinion about the rug, but I feel like, in my opinion, it helps keep down on the dirt that comes inside. Keep the dirt. So do you all agree with me, or are you on Team no rug?
Well, hold on.
Team rug.
I like the
Team no rug.
I just don't like the hassle of having to roll that thing up. It's got dirt all over it. Half the time, it seems like every night before we pack up, it rains. So it's wet.
That's fair.
Can't get it dry, and it's a moldy, smelly mess when it comes out.
If you don't get it dry.
The reason we have it, I love it. But it is what it is. So anyway, we get the rug out, and it was supposed to rain the next day, and we're still supposed to be there 2 weeks. And I said, let's not get everything completely out yet. Let's just wait. And then, hold on, we can't tell you what happened yet.
Oh, you can tell them. It's not what happened. It's what didn't happen.
So I'm standing outside trying to get the water hooked up and get everything done. And she hits the button to the
bed slide. This slide right here. This one.
That's why we're in here right now. And it says...
It says no.
So 3 of the 4 sides come out. One side does not.
3 of the 4 corners. One corner is a no-go.
So, of course, I frantically start calling people and say, okay, what's going on? What do I need to do? How do we fix this?
And let's just put a little emphasis on, this is the time of year when everybody's getting their campers out. They're getting ready to go on their first trip for the year. They're finding little problems that are wrong. So they're going to the dealership. And so, of course, we purchased our RV in Indiana. So even if we try to call the dealership where we purchased it, it's in Indiana. Probably nobody locally is going to have time to fit us in, even if they would fit us in, because the people that bought from them are going to be at the front of the line. And when our bedroom slide is in,
it's tight.
We can get to the closets if you crawl over the bed. And the door into the bedroom won't open. Thank God there is a door from the bathroom.
We didn't want that second door. We've talked about it many times.
I've been an advocate for we could get rid of that door that goes through the bathroom and make more space in there. So maybe I'm glad we didn't do that, or they didn't do that. But because we can't get through the real door that comes into the bedroom. And the only way to get to the closets is to climb over the bed.
So some reason we still haven't figured out why, but Lisa did all the laundry before we left at our house. And she usually almost always puts all the laundry back away in all the bins where it goes. For some reason, I don't know why, but she said, I'll just do it when I get there. So thank goodness, because
I brought my whole bag of all my folded laundry and laid it on the bed. But the problem is we could get to the closets. What we couldn't get to are the drawers. So, things like unmentionables, your undies and your bras and your socks, even pajamas.
My bra wasn't stuck.
Ours go in the drawer. So thank God I didn't put them in the drawer, because we would not have been able to get to any of that.
So we make a couple of phone calls and somebody can fit us in. Our favorite
Affinity RV, our favorite RV shop.
So just make sure, I'm putting a plug in for them right now. If you're not using Affinity RV up here in Goshen, Indiana,
you should be.
You need to be using them, because they knew we were down, we were stuck. They did everything they could to fit us in. And of course, we had to work around some of their schedules to get us in there. We had to
That's okay. It was, how soon can you get here? And we will be there. The two of us drive back and forth to get there.
I can get you in tomorrow if you can get here. 750 miles. We were there. So thank you, Rod, again. We love you, Rod.
Aww.
Thank you for fitting us in, getting us done, pulling everything out. So they ended up having to pull the whole slide out because they wanted to see what was going on.
And it was one little piece. I'm not kidding, guys. It was like this big, and like this tall. Tiny. One little piece that gave up. Like it just, for some reason, nobody knows why. Like, did we hit a big bump and something bounced or what? But this one little piece
It's basically
failed.
it's kind of like a gear that failed.
It's a little box that the gear goes in, and we have a Schwintek slide, so it's the little gear goes into this little box, and I'm sure that's not at all what it's called, but anyway, that's what it looked like, and it just failed. It failed, and it locked up the one corner of the slide.
Completely locked it up. Like they said, they've never seen this happen before.
So it's just one of those freak things. But Rod and his crew did a great job. They got us back. Our slide works beautifully. I'm curious, though, because we do try to send people to Rod's shop because we love them. And they are just a repair facility. They're not a dealership. I'm curious to see if any of you all use Rod or if you have used Rod and what your experience has been, because we think Affinity is just a great place. They got great people and good service. So you can drop a comment below. Let us know what you think if you're in agreement. But yeah, so
as we said, travel plans, RV life,
home life,
truck life. It's just been a trifecta this last 2 or 3 weeks.
Because it's chilly here in Indiana, but back home it's been in the 80s and 90s.
We were running all 3 ACs for one day, and we get back to Indiana, and we turn ACs off, and it's time to turn them.
And at home, like, you know, I'm thinking up here, people are like, AC, who needs AC right now? It's still kind of chilly, but at home it's hot, and they need the AC, and it's not working. But yeah, so that'll be fixed too. The truck's fixed. The AC will be fixed as soon as the parts come in. The camper slide is back up and running. So for those of you that kind of knew what was going on, we didn't really post anything out there on social media, but a few friends knew what was happening and called to check on us, make sure everything was okay. Thank you all for your love and support, because it means a lot.
So how many of you guys have had to trifecta your truck, the camper, and your sticks and bricks or something around there? I mean, everything seems like it's breaking nowadays. It's kind of scary out there. You just never know when something's going to go.
Let's be real, though. You know, like, life happens. Things break and things go bad, but
we're up and running again.
Silver lining to our cloud was that they got it fixed perfect. Like, it didn't take them long at all. But even though, thank God, it got stuck in and not out, because that would have been
that'd been fun driving down the road.
And a whole other predicament. We could still get to the majority of things we needed to get to. We could still sleep in our bed. It was fine. So, you know, it could have been a lot worse. Thankful that it wasn't. And, you know, like everything, the truck, the AC, everything's fixable. Life goes on. We'll muddle through. And at the end of the day, we're going to keep rolling with it, man.
So what was your worst thing that's happened so far in your RV that's kept you down for just a little while? Thank goodness.
For a long while.
Yeah, thank goodness this is just a quick fix, but it could have stopped us for a long time. So hopefully you guys can get up and running. We have a couple friends that are having some struggles right now trying to get their RVs up and going. It's springtime. It's time to camp. So,
but the even better news is that it's fixed and we're back on the road, because here was where the time crunch came in. Our meetup is in a week.
2 weeks, week and a half.
2 weeks, my bad. 2 weeks. So May 12th through the 15th. If you haven't signed up and you want to come, I think there's.
If you want to come see us, you need to sign up quick.
Or just meet other RVers. It doesn't have to be about us. Anyway, there are still a few spots. I'm waiting to get a list back today, but there are still a few spots. So if you haven't signed up and you want to, this guy will put a link or the website or whatever below. It's Endless Caverns RV Resort in Newmarket, Virginia. And you're going to want to call the campground directly.
Only call them. Do not do it online.
Yeah, online I think they're completely booked, but we do still have a few sites for our group. So call the campground directly, speak to Lisa or Faye, and tell them you're with FindUsCamping, and they'll get you hooked up with a discounted rate for the weekend. And
we'll have a
be
bunch
sure
of fun
to put you in our group so that we can try to keep track of who's coming.
So anyway, quick plug for that. So until you find us camping at our next meetup, or you just find us camping on the road.
Who knows where. Safe travels, y'all.